Right, so this is stuff I wish I knew in high school. I mean, high school was fun and I was pretty popular. And I think it would have been so much cooler, and even middle school, it would have been so much cooler if I knew this knowledge. It would have been so much more fun. I could have made it so much more fun. So let's get started. Number one, always assume you have bad breath. Just assume you have bad breath. Just trust me on this one. Especially before you kiss the opposite sex, assume you have bad breath. Brush your teeth every day, 3 times a day, whatever, and you use Tic Tac, so forth. Okay. Number two, you can actually buy the teacher edition books. That's right. You can buy the exact same book your teacher has with all the answers in it. You can buy those. So all you have to do is go, hey, what book do I have in my school that I'm using right now? What's the name of it? Look it up on Amazon, and then type in teacher's edition. You can buy them for like 50 to 80 bucks. Kind of steep, but that's used, I think. Maybe used for 30, I don't know. But anyway, it's kind of steep. You might be able to find them at the library, maybe. But anyway, so it can be very helpful. But you're not going to learn much if you don't do your homework. But if you already know the stuff and you just crunch for time, you can just boom, be done with it. Also, when doing book reports and stuff like this, you can go to the library and you can buy the abridged version of a book. That's enough to do a book report on and get a good book report. I actually did that several times. That's one of the pieces of knowledge I did have in high school. Some of the stuff I knew, some of the stuff I didn't. Another thing is that you could find book reports already done on books at the library online and then just reword them, just rewrite it in your own words. Read it to get the gist of it in your head and then just rewrite it in your own words. Let's see here. Never assume a guy or girl doesn't think you're cute. Oh man, I wish I would have known this, because so many times I liked this girl and I was too scared to go actually say anything. And that's another thing. Never be too scared to go out and say stuff. Just do it, man. Assume people think you're cute and make moves. The worst that can happen is that they're not interested. You haven't really done it. If you do make the moves right, you haven't caused any harm. It's all good. So you haven't made a fool of yourself. So I remember this one girl, April. I thought she was so cute and I wanted to say something. I wanted to ask her out, but I didn't. And I found out a couple years later she thought I was totally cute too. And so I totally blew that one. So assume that people think you're cute. Number five is to people usually have the same sorts of thoughts you do. So don't feel weird if you have thoughts of insecurity and stuff like that. A lot of people have those same sorts of thoughts. Whatever thoughts you have, most people have them, unless it's of like torturing cats or torturing people to death or something. Then you're pretty much not in the norm with those thoughts. Okay. Number six. Read books on psychology. This is probably the most important piece of information I can give you. I wish I would have known more about psychology and stuff in high school. Go to your local library, pick up books on social psychology, pick up books on behavioral psychology, pick up books on body language, learn body language. Body language is important, and this knowledge is good for the rest of your life. It'll be good for university, it'll be good for job interviews, it'll be good for relationships, it'll be good for parenting, it'll be good for the rest of your life. Learn some psychology. Pick up books on manipulation. Not like manipulation sounds bad, but how to manipulate people is a good thing. And if you do it right, you don't cause any harm or suffering. So learning how to manipulate people to get what you need and want is a good thing, and everyone does it, but to learn how to do it well, you can make life so much easier. Go to seduceinseconds.com. There's a pickup artist from Australia named T. He has a lot of useful information in there that you can learn in psychology books as well, but it's useful information for a lot of different things, not just how to pick up girls, or how for girls to pick up guys, because the knowledge is kind of universal, but there's certain knowledge on there that is very beneficial and useful to know. And also, if you just want to know how to get girls' numbers, it'll help you, trust me. The stuff you need to know is on Seduce in Seconds for free. You just have to click around on the articles and stuff and watch some of the videos, and you don't have to actually buy anything. So there's enough information on there of what you need to know. One thing that's important to know is that if you're a guy and guys approve of you, girls will think that you're cute. Or you'll at least have a higher level of attraction. And also, if your girls are hanging around you, you'll get guys' approval. So it's one of those psychology things. Cold and hot reading. Get some books on cold and hot reading. Practice it. Learn how to do it. Oh man, it opens up so many doors for you. You can pretend to be a psychic. This is how psychics pretend to be psychic. They're not really psychic. This is how they do it. They're good at cold and hot reading. If you can get good at cold and hot reading and understand those concepts very well in body language and feedback, you can convince people you have superpowers, and that can definitely lead to a lot of popularity. Learn hypnosis. That's pretty easy to learn how to do, and that can gain you some popularity to start hypnotizing people at school and stuff. Popularity is achievable. This is number 7. Number 7, popularity is achievable. There's so many ways to get popular. One is like learn some martial arts and get good at fighting. I'm not saying go and kick people's asses, all that would probably get you recognized and maybe even gain some popularity that way. But you can join local competitions and stuff and get the word out that way. But it's just good to know how to fight anyway and get in shape and everything, which will help you get more popular. Work out, get in shape. Naturally, a six pack will help you. Show off your six pack, man. Whenever you can. If you're a guy, if you're a girl, get the good body. And I'm not saying look like a slut or anything, but having a good body will naturally gain you more recognition from everybody, girls and guys. Make people laugh. That's an important one. You can actually learn how to be funny and how to make people laugh. So being a class clown and stuff like that. Notice class clowns are usually, kind of popular. Everyone kind of knows of them. They have their own weird sort of popularity because they make people laugh. Being funny is a good thing. Be spontaneous. Go out, be spontaneous, do stuff. Don't be timid and shy. If you want to get recognized, you have to actually do stuff. You have to actually make a difference in your surroundings. You can't just sit and do nothing like some idler. Also, join a popular sport. Easy way to get popular. Join a popular sport, a sport that everyone is kind of interested in. Football, basketball, always good options. Get good at it. People recognize you. Get some sort of talent, any sort of talent that you can be good at. Get good at it and show off in front of people, and you'll start to get recognized. You're a skateboarder, let's say. Get good at skateboarding, do some fatty kickflips in school and stuff, and people start recognizing, hey, that's pretty cool. You go over to some of the skaters and start skating around them, and then you're like, hey, man, you're pretty dope, man. And you got the conversation going. Psychology will help you learn how to how social networks and stuff work. That's why learning social networks from the psychological perspective will really help you learn how to talk to people and stuff. And get some courses on self motivation courses and stuff, Tony Robbins type of stuff. That kind of knowledge is really useful. NLP is useful if you want to learn a little bit about that. You can learn magic tricks. That's a talent you can learn and show off with. Get card control, be all like in front of people, and people just like, while you're just sitting there, in lunch or something, people are like, that's dope, dude, and like people start talking to you. Any sort of talent like that where you can kind of show off. I mean, even something as stupid as being a badass yo-yo player. I don't know how cool that would be today, but they might actually think it's kind of cool. Learn to dance well and show off in dances. So learn some jump style or some shuffling or crip walking, whatever, and then show off in dances. And that's a way to get recognized, get popular. One of the easiest ways, though, is to use your knowledge in psychology to gain popularity. How to manipulate people, how to manipulate groups, how social groups work, how to get, what to say to them, and all that kind of stuff. All that is in the knowledge of psychology. Learn psychology, man. I can't stress that enough. Showing off a talent would be showing off your hot cold readings, pretending to be kind of pretending to be psychic, and showing off those talents can definitely get you recognition and stuff and popular in school. Another thing is you only have to make friends really with one popular person, and he'll bring you into the group. So learn about isolation, isolate that person, make them laugh, do the typical things that like a pickup artist would do, but you can do it for the same sex or opposite sex. It works universally pretty much, that knowledge. You learn your knowledge, because you are going to study psychology. There we go. And after you study psychology, you'll know how to isolate that person and befriend him, and then you can get in the popular crowd. Date a popular person of the opposite sex or the same sex if you're homosexual. That might not make you the most popular person, though, being homosexual, unfortunately. But dating the opposite sex that's popular will get you right into the popular crowd. Boom, instantly. I remember one time, it was my first day at school, and I got asked out by the most popular girl in school, and it was my first day there. I just moved there, and bam, instantly everyone knew who I was popular. And then I got close with a lot of the popular kids right away. I just naturally did it without really knowing much about psychology. I just weaved my way in. It's my natural spontaneous personality, and I got close to them. And so when we did break up, I was still in the popular crowd. So make sure that after you date someone that's popular, you start making individual friendships with all her friends, all the popular crowd. That way, if you do break up, everyone still thinks you're cool. You don't just get thrown away. Number 8. Number 8. Don't overdrink at parties. Seriously, man. Drink drink a drink and then wait like 10 to 20 minutes. I'm not telling young people to drink, okay? I know this is like stuff that we should do in high school, but this can also be used for college and stuff. But we all know that, look, parents out there, we're not stupid. We all drank when we were younger, right? So, in high school. So, it's what kids do. They're going to do it. So, be intelligent about it, So, I'm not encouraging them to drink. Don't drink. but people do what they do. Anyway, so college people wait 10 to 20 minutes between drinks. Just, it'll make the night so much better. Be intelligent about drinking. Freaking don't get girls pregnant. This is number 9. Don't get girls pregnant. Use protection, spermicide, whatever. Don't sleep with total sluts. It only increases your chances of getting AIDS or some other STD. Number 9. That's one thing I really knew growing up, so I'm glad I paid attention to that. Or excuse me, number 10. Pheromones work, dude. Pheromone perfumes and colognes work for both sexes. Now, it won't be some Spanish fly magic and make them all over you and stuff, but something about pheromones actually works, and you'll notice you'll get a lot more people talking to you and compliments and stuff like that of the opposite sex. So use pheromones. You can also use pheromones of the same sex, like when you're going to play football or play any sport or hang out with guys. And if you use that pheromone that's meant for guys, they won't find you attractive in the sense of, hey, you're hot, I'm gay, let's get it on. But you'll have more of a vibe going for you. And so try pheromones, they actually work. Number 11. Be outgoing, do stuff, and don't be scared to meet new people. I mean, it sounds easy enough, but it's kind of more harder to do than it seems. And one of the easiest ways to do it is have a good friend. You do it together. So you and him are going to decide, hey, let's go and be outgoing and do stuff, and not be afraid to get to know people and talk to new people and stuff like that. And it's sometimes easier to do that with another friend with you. Number 12. This sounds kind of weird, and this is more for guys than it is for girls. It's really a lot more for guys, but masturbate before a party. Seriously, masturbate before a party. Why? Well, one, you'll act less like a horn dog, and believe me, it makes you more attractive. And when you act like a horn dog, you're not more attractive. So if you masturbate first before a party, you'll be less of a horn dog, especially when you get alcohol in your system. Not saying that you youngins should be drinking because you shouldn't. You'll make better choices when just trust me on that. You'll make better choices if you masturbate before parties. You might not end up doing something stupid and sleeping with the wrong person, getting some girl pregnant. You'll please the girl longer, and that will get you popular in the girl crowd because they're like, oh my god, you went this long, and whatever. Girls talk. Alright, so the last one is everyone masturbates. It's true. It's true. Everyone masturbates, man. And if they say they don't, they're lying. They have issues, or they're not physically capable of doing it. Period. End of story. Thank you for watching. If you want me maybe to make a video in the future about specific details about some psychological knowledge that's important to know for in general, especially be helpful in high school, and how to pick up kind of pick up knowledge that's important, like the push-pull techniques I was taught in Seduce in Seconds and pretty much taught by any pickup artist. It's a common psychological knowledge, and it works. So if you want me, I can make a video on that. If you're too lazy to go out and read the stuff, maybe I can just kind of talk about some of the basics and how to apply it. Anyway, I hope this helps you, and let me know. Leave comments after you go and learn some of the stuff and apply some of this knowledge that's in this video, and read some books on psychology, and let me know how applying this knowledge works for you, and making high school cooler and funner, making college cooler and funner. Alright, bye.